Picture yourself going hiking with your dog, and about 2 months later, they start acting completely unlike themselves, lethargic, loss of appetite, just very weak. These are all symptoms of Lyme disease in dogs, which you can prevent by being your dog's biggest hero and putting them on heartworm prevention and flea and tick prevention. Hi everyone, I'm Emily. I'm a vet tech at an animal hospital in Morgan County and a pre-vet med student at LMU. This past month, from working at the vet clinic, I have seen 3 heartworm positive dogs and 5 dogs with tick diseases such as Lyme and Ehrlichia, as well as 2 cats with confirmed Cytox last month, which is another tick disease. To begin, there is a problem. Many pets in the U.S. are not on parasite prevention for heartworms, fleas, and ticks, which results in many positive cases every year. In order to fight these numbers, we should get our pets on prevention. These numbers you see on the screen are from June of this year alone, which are produced by the Companion Animal Parasite Council, or the CAPC, who makes these maps every year. As I mentioned previously, the CAPC makes a prevalence map every year for an estimated amount of positive parasite cases for dogs and cats, based on reported positive tests for heartworm, roundworm, hookworm, whipworm, flea tapeworm, Lyme disease, anaplasmosis, and ehrlichiosis. All of the data they receive is from veterinary diagnostic equipment and only from what they report and from vet clinics. In 2024, the state of Tennessee alone had 1 in 50 dogs tested positive for heartworm, and for felines it was 1 in 500. For another internal parasite, like flea tapeworms, 1 in 200 dogs were positive, and 1 in 50 cats were positive. These numbers are so high because a lot of owners make the mistake of not giving their pets parasite prevention, because of reasons such as they don't think the mosquitoes that cause heartworm and the fleas and ticks won't be a problem in the winter, as mentioned by Cornell's College of Veterinary Medicine. Some people may say that mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks are not a problem all year round, or that their pets are not at risk because they are inside. But what most people don't think about is that they actually are at risk. The FDA suggests that pet owners should keep their pets on heartworm prevention year-round because of the chance that mosquitoes may emerge early or if the winter is warmer than usual. Cornell also has similar advice for flea and tick prevention in the winter, as they say that ticks can be active at 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not unusual for many situations around the U.S., like in Tennessee, as many of you may know that live here. For indoor cats, they are not completely out of the woods when it comes to heartworms, because mosquitoes can get into the house very easily. So it is best recommended by the FDA that indoor and outdoor animals are on heartworm medication. Banfield Pet Hospital also notes that tens of thousands of pets get diagnosed in all 4 seasons for heartworm. Indoor cats are also at risk for ticks and fleas as well, because there is a chance that you can track them into the house. Also, for the dogs that only go outside when they need to use the restroom, they are still at risk for heartworm and flea and tick diseases since they are outside for part of the day. And like the indoor cats, mosquitoes can easily enter the home. To continue, some things that we can work on to decrease the number of dogs and cats with parasites is to put our animals on heartworm, flea, and tick prevention, and to make sure that we keep up with it, and to not miss a single dose, because even missing a single dose can put your animal at risk. As I stated previously, heartworm and flea and tick diseases are still a danger to pets, even in the winter months, so staying on track with their parasite prevention medication is important to keep them safe. On Cornell's College of Veterinary Medicine website, in their flea and tick prevention article, they have a chart of some possible flea and tick preventions, which include options such as Brevecto, Simparica, and Credelio, which are all oral medications. But Brevecto has a topical option for cats. There are also other topical options for dogs and cats, such as Advantage Multi, which is shown on this slide, as well as a collar option such as Seresto, when we recommend that you buy your Seresto collars from a reputable brand, as some of them, as marketed in, let's say, Walmart or some other retailers, may not be a real collar and they may not be as effective. But like the Cornell American Heartworm Society, also has great options for heartworm prevention medications for dogs and cats, such as Interceptor and NexGard. Also, if you, like many people who have trouble giving your pet medication, there is a chewable that does heartworm, fleas, and ticks. It's called Cordelia Quattro and it's for dogs. And the FDA just approved an injectable medication called Brevecto Quantum that prevents fleas and ticks for a whole year, but it's not widely accessible yet as it just came out. And you can always ask a veterinarian for help giving your dog or cat medication, and they'd be more than welcome to do it for you. How I like to give my dog medication, because she's not particularly the biggest fan of it, is I usually tilt her head back and I take the pill and put it down her throat as far as I can, and close her mouth and wait for her to swallow. And then after she swallows it, I usually give her a treat as a reward. Finally, you won't feel so stressed about your pet's health, and you won't have to worry about a possible flea infestation or having a tick problem if your pets are on preventative. Dr. Ann Hohenhaus wrote a blog about flea and tick medication, and she makes a great point about how flea and tick medication will prevent a flea infestation in your home, and it would also protect you and your pet from diseases spread by fleas and ticks, such as Lyme disease, as the tick population is booming with it being very hot this month. Also, with the rise in the tick population, you would stress less about the chance of your cat catching a tick-related disease, such as cytox, which is very deadly for them, and it is very scary to watch them get it. Heartworm disease for dogs and cats can also be fatal if untreated. So by keeping your pet on prevention, you won't have to worry about the potential risk of your pet developing heart damage or other organ damage. And don't forget, not needing to stress over fleas. So, to restate some things, many pet owners in the U.S. don't have their pets on parasite preventatives, but by continuing to educate people, we can help pets live longer and happier lives. You can be your pet's biggest hero and save them from the potential dangers of heartworm disease and flea and tick diseases.